good morning folks. We have some exciting things happening today and we're off to Lady Musgrave Island. It's been quite a few years since I've actually been to Lady Musgrave, so I'm really excited to go. We had some bad weather. There was lots of wind around at the time and we weren't sure we were actually going to make it, but looks like that we're heading out today. The day's looking beautiful at the moment and we're going in one of these boats that are here behind me, so we've got about a half an hour until we actually check in. So we are leaving from 1770. They have boats going to Lady Musgrave from Bundaberg and from 1770. The boat from Bundaberg takes about 2.5 hours to actually get out there, so 5 hours return, yet it only takes about an hour and 45 minutes or 2 hours to get from 1770. So we chose the shorter amount of time to get to Lady Musgrave. So, but anyway, we're in for a fun-filled day and I hope you enjoy the video. 1770 Reef tours are located at the 1770 Marina, just near Agnes Water, and the boat leaves from here as well. The bookings can be made online through their website with a small deposit and the balance paid closer to the time of your journey. There are plenty of free parking around, but this can get pretty busy with the other restaurants, the lark tours, and even the popular boat ramp. You will check in, fill out the paperwork, and in no time at all, board the boat to the island. Probably my biggest tip would be to ensure that you take your seasickness medication or whatever precautions that you find comfortable. This is before you get on board the boat. The ride goes through some rough waters and known to be affecting a lot of people with seasickness. The boat can fit over 100 passengers, but has a comfortable downstairs closed-in section to fit everyone. We were lucky to only have 40 people on our trip, so everyone was pretty much spread out. Then you have the upstairs section in open air, but if the waves are too high, they will close off this section of the boat though. Another option, you can always hang out at the back of the boat. In fact, it's probably the most stable area, especially if you're feeling a little sick. If you're lucky enough to get some calm waters, then the trip there and back is nice. There's not much to look at outside, but most of the people seem to entertain themselves with some games, reading a book, getting drinks or munchies from the small cafe, or if everything else fails, you can just take a nap. Eventually, you start to see Lady Musgrave in your sights getting closer and closer. The reef area is around the back of the island, so you do have to drive past it to get around to the mooring lines, but this is where the watercolour starts to change into that amazing bright blue. Depending how many people are aboard the boat on the day, you will be split into groups and alternate between some snorkelling time and taking the land tour on Lady Musgrave, as well as the glass bottom boat. For us, it was jumping straight into the water for snorkelling. You can bring your own gear, but they do conveniently provide it for you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy exploring the footage that I've taken here from the southern area of the Great Barrier Reef. Check out some of the amazing fish life, the beautiful turquoise blue waters, the reef and coral systems, and if you're lucky, run into some turtles. By the time we finished snorkeling, the weather started getting a little worse and we quickly had to jump on the boat for our land tour. If you notice this platform, this is where the boat from Bundaberg comes to, which has more options for diving and even sleeping over for the night. I think it's called Reef Sleep. I guess this is what the trade-off for a shorter boat ride going from 1770. If you have any reef shoes or waterproof shoes, these definitely come in handy for walking around the island for sure. Thongs will do, but not the best protection from the island completely made out of coral. The land tour was an easy 45-minute walk through the middle of the island and around one of the sides. There are a massive amount of birds around nesting, so definitely no looking up with your mouth open. It was a lower tide at the time, so when we finally made it out the other side of the island, we ended up finding this turtle stuck on the land, waiting for the tide to turn, and then he'll head back out. It's also a turtle nesting area, so you might find several tracks coming up to the beach. This is something I've never seen before. Obviously, as a diver, I've seen plenty of reef sharks, but these reef sharks were coming into the shallow shores looking for small fish to feed on. There had to be around 10 or so sharks around, but further out. This one came really close to the shore. Then it was a point of just walking along the shores until you're getting back to the pickup point for the boat and our glass bottom boat ride. The guides will venture over some of the bommies and cleaning stations, trying to find turtles and other larger fish, while teaching you about the reef systems and the conservation processes. With all of that over, you finally make it back to the 1770 Marina and your tour is over. But if you're trying to decide between here and Lady Elliot Island, then you should check out this Lady Elliot Island video that I took flying out of Bundaberg.